Welcome back, everybody. Today we're talking about how stuff works, incense and sage. Now, when I talk about incense today, I'm talking about the kind of stuff you might smell if you go into a yoga studio or into a rock or crystal shop. Many of us first found out about incense in college dorms, I'll put it that way, but the fact is most folks who've done a yoga class or been to a meditation session these days have smelled incense at one time or another. It's very commonly used in Eastern practices like yoga, meditation, relaxation type practices. Incense can come in a couple of different forms. There are cones, which are about 1 inch tall. I don't prefer to use cones because they're harder to put out and they tend to smoke a lot more. Instead, I use incense sticks. And here's an example of an incense stick. I'll put it like this so you can see it. It's usually about 6 or 7 inches long. And they can come in a box, like this little box or this giant size box, or maybe they'll come in an envelope. I've got 3 different varieties here that are sold in envelope style. It doesn't really matter what the outer package is like. Inside it, there will be a cellophane pouch. Is that cellophane? Some kind of plastic pouch to keep the fragrance and oils in. And inside that are just a ton of incense sticks, depending on the size you buy. Now, to work with an incense stick, the first thing I do is I break off the long wooden end. This little guy has about 6 inches of resin, that'll be your fragrance part, and then it has about 2 inches of just plain wood. That's the end that you hold on to. I break that off until it's about 1/2 inch long. Because I want to put it in my incense holder. And if I'm going to set that guy on a table, I can't be having this long stick sticking out, the bottom. So I break that little guy off, and then to use my incense, I just take a lighter and I'm going to hold that end without the resin and I'm going to light the other end. Now, this is pretty easy, pretty simple stuff here. You never leave incense unattended, just like a candle, only this is even more dangerous than a candle because it's completely open. It doesn't have a votive holder or a tin that it can die into. It will actually burn all the way down if I don't attend to it. So the first thing I do after I light it is blow it out. Now you can see there's a red burning end. I've got the end that I'm holding, I've got the main part of the stick, and then I've got that little end that's burning. That's the part that gives you the smoke, the scent. Now, if you can't tolerate smoke for any number of reasons, incense is not for you, because smoke is what incense is all about. Instead of a manufactured spray or natural oils like orange or lavender oil sprays, this guy is a smoke. It's said to be helpful for cleansing spaces a la feng shui. American Indian practices have used sage for a very, very long time, as have people from Eastern Indian practices used stick incense and cone incense for a very long time. So it's really traditional, and that's why some people like it. I'm waving it toward my face so I can smell it. I usually only let my incense burn a minute or two. Some people like to do more. Whenever you're done with it, don't let it set off your smoke alarms. You just take the burning end right here at the top and put them out either in your incense holder. So now I've got this little nubbin that's still burning in my little holder there. And I'm going to take the stick and put him back into the holder, because even though he's not burning anymore, he might be hot. And that can be flammable or dangerous. The other way to put them out is to put them out into a cup of dirt or a plant dirt. So you can do that too. I just always use an incense holder because everything I need is in one place. I stand it in here, I put it out in here, and then I put it back in so that it can completely cool. The other kind of incense I'm going to show you today is very natural, completely 100%. It's just sage leaves. These are just raw, dried sage leaves, completely untreated. And to use them, you take a tiny leaf, you don't need much, and you just light an edge of it. I'm going to hold it by its little stem, and I'm just going to light an edge of the leaf, and that whole edge will just start to burn, just as if I'm burning a piece of paper. Blow it out. It went out for me, didn't it? And then this is going to give you even more smoke. So off of this long edge, then you can see I'm getting quite a bit more smoke than from just the tip of a stick of incense. So sage is really powerful, has its own unique, potent, wonderful smell, commonly used for purification practices in many indigenous cultures. And then to put it out, just like my stick incense, I just kind of poke him out. Just, I suppose if you saw a cigarette smoker, they do that. That's just what I'm doing as I'm putting out the burning end of this. And then I'm just going to leave the rest of the leaf on the tray. Now, sage is hard to put out because it has long edge to its leaf. So I have to really sit here for a minute, unlike an incense stick. And that's why I like incense sticks. You pop the end off that's burning and you're done. I hope you've enjoyed this visit to incense, how those work, as well as sage, natural smudging plant, and how that works. Please subscribe to my channel, share with a friend, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time for more How Stuff Works.